charter schools, and you've been, last year you closed 47 of them. And at the same time, also reopened some. It angered some folks. But in this debate over charter schools, what is the role of a charter school in a public school program as far as you're concerned?
Well, Chuck, we have a goal in the city of Chicago. We're going to be 100% college ready, 100% college bound. We'll adopt whatever reforms are necessary to make sure every child is ready to go to college and have the educational level. Now, the good news is, according to the University of Chicago, we're well on our way to an 80% graduation rate. And when I ran and announced I was going to run for mayor, we were in the mid-50s for our graduation rate. But it means instilling and giving parents choice and high-quality choice. Let me walk you through that. Instilling in our neighborhood schools STEM education. Time magazine 4 weeks ago had 5 schools on the cover of it, giving that new educational model. We now have the largest international baccalaureate program in the country, of which 18 new schools offering that type of educational training. Every branch of the armed service runs a high school in the city of Chicago where we have an 80% graduation rate and a 90% college attendance towards our goal of 100% college ready, 100% college bound. We also offer high quality choices. My key word is choice and making sure it's high quality. We have expanded, wait a second, Chuck, you asked a question, let me just finish. Because I think the debate in Washington is all wrong. And your question indicates a backward look to it. And that view is, I want to make sure there's all the high quality choices. We were stuck in the mid-50s on our graduation rate. Ever since we've infused our neighborhood schools with different educational models, as well as giving parents all the high-quality choices, we're beginning to see our graduation rate climb. Charters are part of it. I've closed charters. I've expanded ones that are high quality and proven to have a good record of getting us towards our education goal, which is 100% college attendance. Parents will make the choice. My responsibility is to make sure they're high quality. And I want to give them the full menu.
My question on the charter issue is, how do you, a charter school can pick and choose their students, you know, and you see these ratings of charter schools, they don't have to deal with special needs students. They can say no to students if they're potentially on the spectrum of autism and some things, and a regular public school cannot. So when resources get pulled away, how do you deal, I guess, how do you deal with this to make sure that a falling school doesn't lose students that could make it a better school?
See, again, Chuck, I really do think you're kind of looking at this in the old debate. This is not about a charter versus neighborhood. It's about high-quality choices for parents. We have the largest military-run high schools in which there are 6 applicants for every seat, 80% graduation rate, 90% college attendance. We have of the 5 best high schools in the state, 4 are in the city of Chicago. Of the 10 best elementary schools in the state, 8 are in the city of Chicago. We now have expanded to the largest international baccalaureate program, and according to the University of Chicago, it's the best for college training.
So is this where public school is going? Everything's going to be application-based? You have to apply to decide what public school you want to go to?
No. You know, Chuck, I'm going to get you a one-way ticket out of Washington. You need to get out of that thin air. It's affecting your brain. You need to have high choices. Wow. No, but I mean, because your debate reflects what happens in Washington, which is you miss really what's going on the ground, which is we need high-quality choices for parents, and then they will choose the best educational model. Ever since we've infused our neighborhood schools with either a STEM-based education, which Time magazine just put on the cover and said, this is the new model, to the international baccalaureate, to selective enrollment, to high-quality charter and high-quality neighborhood schools, you're seeing our graduation rate climb because it's quality we're for, not the brand. It's high quality, and the parents have a choice that works for their child. With one goal in mind for every child, you can move to college or career ready.
Let me move to a couple of political questions since I'm in the thin air of charter schools.
No, you're in the thin air of Washington.
Fair enough. You have a long-time relationship with the Republican nominee, Bruce Rauner. Democrats are attacking him as a Mitt Romney. Is that a fair attack on Bruce Rauner as a Mitt Romney clone?
I am strong for our governor. I want to see him reelected because I think there's a clear choice that's going to be faced here in Illinois, and I'm proud to have that choice, and I think it's important to have that choice. In this sense, the Democrats, from Senator Durbin to Governor Pat Quinn myself, are set in place a set of policies to reinsure and help the middle class achieve not only and hold on to their middle class standard of living, but also make sure their children have a shot at that, which is owning a home, jobs, the training that goes with it, good schools so their children can get to college, and making sure our parks, our libraries are there so they have a great neighborhood. Now that said, the Republicans, in my view, are offering a set of policies that pull the rug from underneath the middle class. And it will be a clear choice. It won't be where people say, oh, there's really no difference. Totally different philosophy. Do you support and back up the middle class and the ability of their children to have the American dream? Or are you going to pull the rug from underneath them and let them go on their own and have forces that are overwhelming as it relates to jobs and education and health care and good neighborhoods like with good parks and libraries?
Do you think your friendship with Bruce Rauner will survive this campaign?
Look, when we were friends, and we still are friends, we had vigorous disagreements. And as you can probably know, Chuck, since we've known each other, you and I have had vigorous disagreements.
Yes, sir.
I put the friendship aside because we have clear differences. And we had differences in the past, we'll have differences in the future. And that I have always had, and I believe this, you can have differences without being disagreeable.
Let me ask you about 2014 versus 2010. Is it the same for Democrats from nationally when you look at the landscape? How do they prevent it from being the same?
Well, my view is making it a clear choice about where you stand versus where the other party stands as it relates to helping the middle class. You know, Chuck, let me bring this back to, which is the goal you wanted me on the show, which is talk about where cities are today. We started on education. The clear choice of what we're trying to do in the cities is invest in our infrastructure to build our roads, our airports, and make sure that we are the most competitive economy. Making sure that our education system, because 35% of the workforce in the city of Chicago has a 4-year college degree or better, and I want to keep increasing it because in the United States it's only 27%. You make sure you have a modern infrastructure, you get companies can get anywhere in the world, to the world or the country, and you have the best trained workforce, you will win, which is why